There is a phrase we hear many times. To love someone, you must first love yourself. Many people hear these words and think they're just another nice personal development saying. But the truth is that this phrase contains one of life's greatest lessons. Because what we don't have inside ourselves, we cannot offer to others. Think about this for a moment. If a person is constantly at war with themselves, criticizing themselves, feeling inadequate, rejecting who they are, how can they offer genuine acceptance to another person? If someone can't look at themselves with kindness, how will they be able to look at another human being with true love? Quite often, we mistakenly confuse true love with simple need. We frequently confuse love with emotional dependence, and we often confuse love with the deep-seated fear of being left all alone. But that's not love. It's neediness, it's emptiness, it's the attempt to ask from another what we still haven't learned to give ourselves. When we don't love ourselves, we look for someone to save us, someone to complete us, someone to make us feel special, someone to tell us that we have value. And for a while it seems to work. We feel good, we feel important, we feel chosen. But there is a problem. When our worth depends on someone else, all it takes is for that person to walk away for us to feel like we've lost everything. Because we never truly built that value within ourselves. We only built an illusion supported by the love of another. True love is not born from lack. It is born from abundance. It is not born from fear. It is born from peace. It is not born from need. It is born from choice. A person who loves themselves does not look for someone to fill a void. Looks for someone to share an already complete life with. And this changes everything. It changes the way we relate to others. It changes the way we communicate. It changes the way we face conflicts. It changes the way we deal with rejections. Because someone who loves themselves knows that their worth does not depend on anyone else's opinion. They know that a rejection does not diminish their dignity. They know that abandonment does not destroy their essence. They know that the end of a relationship does not mean the end of their happiness. Someone who loves themselves understands something very important. I am enough. Maybe I'm not perfect. Maybe I still have wounds. Perhaps I still carry fears. And maybe I am still learning. But even so, I know that I am still enough just as I am. And when we reach this point, we finally begin to love in a healthy way. We cease our attempts at controlling. We stop demanding. We stop begging. And we stop chasing. Because we finally realize that genuine love can never be coerced or forced into existence. True love only truly flourishes in an environment of complete freedom, not in the confines of imprisonment, not through the use of manipulation, and certainly not in the shadow of fear. Loving someone does not mean losing ourselves. It does not mean abandoning our dreams. It does not mean forgetting who we are. It does not mean constantly putting the other person's needs above our own. For many years we were taught that to love was to sacrifice everything. But that is not love. That is self-annihilation. And when we repeatedly erase ourselves to please someone, we end up creating resentment. We create sadness. We create frustration. Because a part of us knows that we are abandoning our own soul. Healthy love. It begins when we learn to respect ourselves. When we learn to listen to our inner voice. When we learn to set boundaries. When we learn to say no without guilt. When we learn to choose ourselves without selfishness. Because choosing ourselves is not selfishness. It is responsibility. No one can live your life for you. No one can heal your wounds for you. No one can build your happiness for you. Others can walk by your side, they can support you, they can inspire you, they can love you, but the inner work is yours alone. And that is precisely why self-love is so important, because it transforms the way we see the world. When we love ourselves, we stop begging for attention. When we love ourselves, we stop accepting emotional crumbs. When we love ourselves, we stop staying where we are not respected. When we love ourselves, we stop fighting to convince someone of our worth because we already know how much we are worth. And those who know their worth don't need to prove anything to anyone. Self-love, it doesn't mean looking in the mirror and believing we are perfect. It means looking in the mirror and accepting our imperfections. It means embracing our shadows without failing to recognize our light. It means understanding that making mistakes is part of growth. It means forgiving ourselves for the mistakes of the past. It means freeing ourselves from the guilt we've carried for years. How many people spend their whole lives punishing themselves for old mistakes? How many people carry regrets like invisible chains? How many people believe they don't deserve to be happy? But the truth is that we are all here to learn. We all fail. We all fall. We all make mistakes. And we all deserve a second chance, including you. Maybe especially you. Self-love begins precisely at that moment, when we stop being our own worst enemies, when we stop constantly attacking ourselves, when we start talking to ourselves the same way we would talk to someone we love. Because it's curious, many people treat strangers with more compassion than they treat themselves. Many people forgive. Others, they understand others, they help others, but when they look at themselves, they become merciless judges. And in this way, it's impossible to live in peace. Self-love is a daily choice. It doesn't happen overnight. It's built moment by moment, choice after choice, thought after thought. It's choosing to take care of your body. It's choosing to take care of your mind. It's choosing to protect your energy. It's choosing to respect your own emotions. It's choosing to believe that we are worthy of love. Because you are worthy of love. Not when you are perfect. Not when you have more money. Not when you are thinner. Not when you are more successful. Now, in this very moment, just as you are. And when you finally understand this, something extraordinary happens. You stop desperately searching for someone to complete you, because you realize that you were never incomplete. And then love stops being a necessity. It becomes a sharing. It becomes a meeting between two whole people, two free souls, two conscious hearts. Two people who choose to walk together, not because they need each other to survive, but because they genuinely wish to share the journey of life. And that is the most beautiful love there is, because it is born from freedom, it is born from truth. It is born from consciousness, but above all, it is born from the love you first learned to feel for yourself. When you truly love yourself, you will stop looking for someone to save you. And on that day, you will discover that the most important love of your life was waiting for you inside yourself.